So beginning in child's pose for 5 breaths, then you would rise up onto your hands and your knees, tuck your toes, and lift your hips into downward facing dog. Good. You do 5 breaths here. Relax your head between your arms. A little bit more. Let your head go. There you go. So you're not creating tension. Now walk your feet so that they're hip-width distance apart, just a little bit behind your hands, more like the center of your mat. So walk your feet up. And you're going to come into gazing pose. Come halfway up. Your hands could even be on your shins if it's a little too much, especially this warm-up. See if you can take your head more towards the mirror. Create length through your spine. Good. And exhale, bow forward. This is going to be big toe pose where you take that peace sign grip of index finger and middle finger around big toe, and your thumb comes onto your toenail. Bend at your knees, hinge at your hips, feel your abdomen on your thighs, and bow forward. Good. Breathing in and out. What we're looking for is the line of the spine to be nice and long here, so the more you can let your upper half of your body go. So after the 5 breaths, still keeping your big toe grip, come halfway up, lengthen. Exhale, your hands come onto your hips. Inhale, stand all the way up. Exhale, your hands at your sides. Now we're coming into the standing poses, and the way we come into the standing poses is all the same. You're going to inhale your arms out, around, and up overhead, stretch up. And then exhale so that your hands go wide to a T. Good. Inhale, step wide so that you're facing me. Feet are about your wrist crease apart. So if you can step your feet a little bit wider so you feel like you're, you see where my ankle kind of lines up with my hands. Good. We're going to come into triangle pose. Turn your right toes to the right, left toes a little bit to the left, hand below your right knee, and slide your hand down your shin. As you're doing this, you're creating length through your side body, and you look up at your hand. Eventually, you'll be able to straighten your front leg. Now, if you need to keep a little micro bend there, that's fine. And if you had to guess how many breaths this would be, what would you say?
What am I on, or what should I do?
How many would you do at your home practice? If everything is about how many breaths?
5?
You're right. Very good. So let's say this is the top of the 5th breath. Squeeze your side body, obliques, and rise back up. Same thing on the second side. You're going to need to turn your toes in the other direction. Good. Hand slides down the shin. Back hand to the sky. Feel the lengthening through the side body. Now, if in your home practice you notice that one side was a lot tighter than the other, you'd spend a little bit more time there versus the side that was more, a little easier. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, lightly hop your feet, your hip width distance apart, and face forward. Sun salutation. Inhale, your hands come up overhead, reach long. Exhale, hands pass through your heart center and fold forward into your forward fold. Hinge at your hips and release. Yeah, hands stretch down towards the ground. Inhale, come halfway up. Hands can come onto your shins. Create length. Just the halfway up point like this. Good. Exhale, bow forward, release, and step back into that high plank, high push-up position where your shoulders are right over your hands.
Like this?
Yes, step all the way back. Good. Drop your hips just a little bit more. Now tuck your tailbone slightly and pull your belly button up towards your spine. Press with the balls of your feet so you feel like your shoulders are a little bit more over your wrists. Good. That's a great position for you. You could even take another breath here in and out. Now slowly you can set your knees down right where they are and begin to lower to the mat. There's no rush. Elbows in at your sides. Good. Inhale, cobra pose. Just lift your head and shoulders lightly to warm up your back. And then exhale. This is the kneeling push-up. So your toes are tucked, lightly pressing your knees. Pick up your hips, your pelvis, and press away strongly with your arms. Good. Back to downward dog. Lift all the way up, hips up towards the sky, downward dog. Good. At your home practice, this would be held for 5 breaths. Drop your head, let that go, the tension. Good. We won't hold it today just because in the video. Now walk your feet up towards your hands. A little bit behind your hands. Good. Inhale, come halfway up, gazing pose. Exhale, bow forward, forward fold. Inhale, big bold movement. Sweep your arms out, around, and up overhead. Reach long, long, long. Hands up towards the sky. Exhale your hands through heart center and at your sides. Relax. Perfect. Way to go.